Hey guys, it's Cori here, coming to you from my friend Mike's apartment in Sydney, Australia. I just finished up some work interviews for the day, so of course I was like, psh, business clothes off, yoga clothes on, and I wanted to make a yin flow yoga video for you today. Because here in Sydney, we're changing from winter into summer, thank God, but it's been really windy, unpredictable temperatures from one day to the next, or even 1 hour to the next. I know if you're in the northern hemisphere, unfortunately, you'll be changing from summer into winter, so it's fall, and you're dealing with the same thing, windy, sometimes rainy, sometimes warm, sometimes cold. Unless you're in LA where everything's on fire, and I hope you're staying safe, and I'm sorry, and be careful out there. But no matter what the climate is like where you are, our world is always moving pretty quickly. So yin yoga can be a good way to slow it down, give your body time and space to breathe and process. And yin flow, which is a class that I taught over the summer and when I was with my mom in New Jersey, it's not quite a yin where you're holding every pose for 5 minutes at a time. Gives you a little bit more room to move around and get settled in, give your mind a little something to grab onto so it doesn't get bored or distracted. So I hope you'll join me. We'll get started down on our mats. So I happen to have this pillow that Mike lent me since he's a good host. So if you have one, you could use one. I like to prop myself up. You don't have to, it's totally optional, but if you like, grab a pillow. We'll get started in Supta Konasana. You'll take your knees wide and the bottoms of the feet in toward each other, and then you'll lay yourself down on your back or on your pillow. And you might like to tuck your shoulder blades so they kind of curl around it or so they're tucked under your body. And close your eyes here. As you breathe in, start to feel your breath expand your ribs a little wider. And as you breathe out, feel your hips grow a little heavier as they soften down into your mat. Breathe in deeply, drawing the air all the way up through the top of your head. As you breathe out, imagine the breath traveling all the way down into your hips, weighting them down, feeling yourself grounded into your mat. Deep breath in, fill all the way up. Exhale, release the breath out. And take 2 more breaths here at your own pace. Just imagine yourself growing a little longer through the torso on your inhale, a little heavier through the hips on your exhale. And then you'll probably need your hands to support you. Start to draw your chin into your chest. Press up onto your forearms. We'll rise to a seat. Have the feet about 1 foot to 1.5 foot away from you, knees still wide. And then you'll grab hold of the outsides of the feet and let yourself fold in. You're reaching your forehead towards the inside of your feet, but it probably won't go all the way there. Let your spine round, and now we'll breathe into the back of the rib cage. Feel the back ribs expand away from each other. You'll exhale down into your mat, still feeling your hips and your knees grow heavy. Maybe each breath the hips open a little bit more. And let your chin round down toward your chest. Try as best you can to relax into the back of the neck. We'll take 1 more deep breath here. Fill up into the back of the lungs, back of the rib cage. And this time open your mouth, exhale it down towards your feet. And press your way back up to a seat. We'll cross one leg in front of the other. Cross the legs about midway up your shins and keep the feet flexed. Then bring your hands to interlace behind your head. On an inhale, spread your elbows wide apart, open up through your chest, gaze a little bit up. And exhale, round your elbows in toward each other, almost like cat pose. Hug your belly in and round your upper back. Inhale, open up through the chest, reverse that motion, spread wide across your elbows. And then exhale, round in, belly in close, elbows come toward each other, chin drops down. Inhale, open up across your collarbones and your heart. And then exhale, round, this time opening into the back of the body. Inhale, spread wide. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, rise up through center one more time. And as you exhale, release the hands from around the back of the head. Start to crawl your fingers forward. Nice and easy forward fold. And taking a few more breaths here. Lengthening through the sides of your torso. So keep your waist nice and long even as you fold at your hips. And trying to take extra rounding out of your low back if you can. And maybe your head comes all the way to the floor. And on your next breath in, crawl your hands back up towards your shins. Switch the leg that's in front. So you start to open up the hips in a different way. Inhale, stretch the arms out and up overhead. And on your exhale, take a twist over to the right. So bring right fingers back behind the base of your spine to support it. Lengthen up out of your sitting bones. And exhale, twist from your belly. Maybe look out over your back shoulder if your neck feels good about it. Take a deep breath in, grow longer, sit up taller. And exhale, hug your belly in and twist. One more time, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, maybe twist deeper. Then inhale, unwind, arms reach up, palms could come together. Exhale, twist over to the left. I like to wedge my fingers really close to the base of my spine just to encourage it to sit up a little bit taller. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, let yourself twist. Inhale, try to keep the weight pressing even through your right and left sitting bone. Exhale, hug belly in toward your spine. And one more here. Inhale, unwind, take the hands up high. And exhale, we'll fold forward with this opposite leg in front. It might feel a little bit different from the first side. And just notice a little comparison from side to side. And be interested in this process of opening up the body. And take another breath in, grow long through the sides of the waist. Stay here for your exhale. And crawl the hands back up towards your shins, come back up to a seat. Slide your pillow out of the way from behind you if you have it. We'll come around onto hands and knees to take a few cat and cows in our tabletop. So wrists come right under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and tuck your toes under at first. On an inhale, stretch your heart forward, draw the shoulders together behind you, gaze a little up. And exhale, push down into your palms. Keep your arms straight as you round the upper back. Inhale, open up across your heart. I'm noticing that my backpack is just going to be a fixture in these videos while I'm here. Exhale, tuck chin down into your chest. Push the ground away with your hands and your knees. And take a couple more here. Yeah, and you can move in any other way that feels good to move your spine around, move the hips around or the head. We'll meet back in a tabletop. Push down into your left hand to reach the right fingers high. And then thread the needle. Take your right arm underneath your left. I'm sliding mine underneath the couch. And if you want to, left hand could wrap around. Let the back of the shoulder open. And feel the weight of your head pressing down into the mat. Unwind the top arm if you have it. We'll reach the right fingers high once more. And exhale, let your hand find the floor underneath your shoulder. Push down into your right palm, stretch the left arm high. And thread the needle on the other side. Your left temple comes to the floor, and you could wrap the right arm around your lower back if you like. And breathe open into the chest. And at the same time into the back of the body. You'll feel the back shoulder blades spreading too. And press the right palm down next to your face. Left arm reaches high. One more time. And then you'll set the left hand down underneath your shoulder. We'll shift a little bit forward, so make sure the hands stay underneath your shoulders. Reach your heart forward so you come to a modified plank. And then elbows tight to the body so they kind of point towards the back of your mat. Come all the way down onto your belly. Untuck the toes and press down through the tops of your feet. We'll take 2 rounds of Cobra here. So inhale, heart forward, elbows back. Exhale, lower down. Take another round. Try to make the legs a little more active this time. Push the feet down. Heart stretches in the opposite direction as your toes. And then exhale, lower. Hair out of your face. We'll come up onto our forearms for sphinx pose. So you'll set the elbows right under the shoulders, forearms parallel to each other, and push down into the palms a little bit. Then you have to press into the tops of your thighs and your pubic bone. Unfortunately, it's a little extra work, but it'll help protect your lower back. Then forearms press down, heart reaches forward, collarbone spread. And let your right ear drop over to your right shoulder. We'll take some stretches into the neck. Roll the chin through center, left ear comes to left shoulder. And half circle it back to the right side. Over to the left again. Yeah, and here might be okay. If you want to take it all the way around, just be careful. Any sensitivities in the neck. And still being mindful of your lower back. So keep pressing tops of the thighs, your pubic bone down into the floor. And if you've chosen to circle all the way, reverse your circles. Keep the shoulders drawing down your back so your neck is nice and long. And we'll meet with the head back through center, chin parallel to the floor. Slide your hands back beside your bottom ribs and press back up into a tabletop. You'll rise up onto your fingertips and slide your right foot forward in between your hands. Step your right foot a little closer to your right thumb and crawl your hands up onto your thigh. And start to sink down into your hips. And you could stay here with the hands on the thighs, or it might feel better to stretch your arms nice and high. Sometimes that adds a little stretch of the left hip flexor. Bring both hands down to the inside of your front foot. Heel toe your right foot a little bit wider. And you might choose to stay up here on your palms. If you need extra, you could come down onto the forearms like so. I'm going to stay up on my palms today because that's what I feel like I need. But feel free to go lower if it suits you. And as much as you can, relax your face, relax your neck, relax your fingers and your toes. Notice if they're squeezing down into your mat. Notice any sensations of discomfort or wanting to escape. As much as you notice any sensations of feeling great and wanting to stay. And take another breath in here. And stay for your exhale, and if you're on your forearms, start to press your way up. We'll heel toe the right foot across to the opposite side of your mat, setting up for pigeon pose. So you'll work your shin toward parallel to the top of your mat, set your shin and your knee down, and make sure the back toes are going straight back behind you. And stay up here on your hands or work your way down to the forearms. Or if it feels better, you can walk yourself all the way out so you're laying flat. And come back to that slow, steady, rhythmic breath here. Draw another breath in. And stay right here for the breath out. And then press weight back into your palms. You'll sit the weight over into your right hip and sweep your left leg around so it comes through the front, and then the left foot steps to the outer right thigh. Yeah, try to ground through both sitting bones. You can always straighten out your right leg if you feel too pretzeled or twisted up. Bring your left fingers back behind to support you like we did earlier in our twist, and then hug your left knee in towards your chest. If you need to go deeper, you could hook your elbow around the outside and try to wrap both of your ribs to the inside of your left thigh. Again, here, inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen. And take another breath. Then inhale to look forward. Exhale, unwind your arms. You're going to work your feet wide. And it may be fine to do this in a seat, or you might have to come up and readjust. But you want to stack your left knee on top of your right knee and have the feet out wide. It doesn't work for everyone, so again, if you have your pillow there, you can always raise your hips up onto it. I'll just slide mine under me to show you. And lift your hips up a little bit higher. Yeah. Stay here. I like to press a thumb into this bottom of each foot just to give an extra sense of grounding. Or it might feel better to you in your hips to start to fold forward over your knees. And kind of tuck your chin around the top knee. And if you're on your pillow, ground both sitting bones down into the pillow. If you're on the floor, try to root down evenly through both sitting bones into the floor. On your next inhale, rise up. Release the hands from your feet. Take them back behind you so you can unwind the knees. Take the feet as wide as your mat and let the knees windshield wiper from side to side a couple times. And then we'll slide the pillow out from under us and out of the way. Come back into your tabletop. You'll step the left foot up between your hands this time and take it a little bit wider toward your left thumb. Crawl the hands up onto your knees, let your hips sink low. Hands could stay here, they might like to come up by your ears. Breathe your way into it. And then take both hands down to the inside of your front foot. Heel toe that foot a little bit wider and choose your lizard variation. So it might be up here on your palms. Again, you could come lower down onto your forearms. You choose what's feeling good in your body today. And then remember to breathe. Relax through the tips of the fingers and through the toes. And relax the muscles of your face. And just notice any resistance. anywhere that your mind wants to travel to other than here. One more breath in on this side. Stay for the exhale. And if you're down on your forearms, press to your palms. And then heel toe your left foot all the way over to the right side of your mat and start to rest your shin and your knee down. Square off the hips, check back, make sure the right toes are pointing straight back. And choose your variation of a pigeon pose. Stay high or come a little lower. And come back to slow, deep breathing. And take another inhale. One more slow, steady exhale. Begin to rise up out of it. Shift your weight to the left side this time. Sweep your right leg all the way around so you can stamp your right foot to the outer left thigh. Root down evenly through the sitting bones. Right fingers come back behind to support your spine, and then the left arm either hugs the knee in or hook the elbow around the outside for some extra leverage. Inhale, extend through the spine. Exhale, twist from the belly. And once more, inhale, lengthen up through the top of the head. Exhale, maybe deepen your twist. Inhale, unwind, look forward, let the arms release. Then you'll work towards stacking the right knee on top of the left knee. Again, you might elevate your hips up on your pillow if you have one. Take the feet wide. I like to press my thumbs into the bottoms of the feet. Inhale, stay here, or if you choose, fold forward. Remember to listen to your knees. If they're giving you any problems, just back off of it a little bit. You don't need to fold forward. And if it's ever too much for your knees or your hips to be like this, you can come to a regular cross-legged seat. And that's a really nice hip opener too. On your next breath in, rise up. And take the hands back behind you, uncross the feet. Feet wide, again, we'll windshield wiper side to side a few times. So if you have your pillow, it can be really helpful here, but you don't need to have it. If you want to grab one, you could lay it at the back of your mat. Let both knees drop over to the right side again, and then twist your body so it's facing toward your pillow or toward the back of your mat. You might have to readjust so your right hip lines up at the bottom of your pillow. And then you'll twist your way down. For a more intense of a twist, take your gaze away from your knees. For less intense, you'll look toward your knees. And then just let your arms relax, eyes closed. Feel the twist going all the way down your spine, deep into your belly. And let yourself and your weight be supported by the prop or by your mat underneath you. And you don't have to resist or hold yourself up. And after your next exhale breath, start to curl your hands alongside your mat. Press your way back up to a seat. Face forward again. Let the knees come up through center and they'll drop to the left this time. You'll twist your torso so it aligns to the back of your mat, and set up your left hip alongside the back edge of your pillow, or front edge of your pillow, I guess. And let yourself settle in. Make sure your breath is as deep as it can be. And that you're not stopping at the chest, but you're letting it come all the way down into your belly, and that's going to help you get more of the benefits of these twisted postures. Give yourself another breath here. And then press your hands down into the floor. Let that peel your torso and your head up. You'll turn back to face the front of your mat. You'll take your feet to about 90 degrees. Away from each other, your legs to about 90 degrees or a little bit less than that. If you have your pillow, you could sweep it around to the front, or you could just support yourself with your hands. Root through your sitting bones, pull any flesh out of the way. Make sure that your toes stay pointing up. Then either start to fold over your mat to come to support on your palms, your forearms, or support yourself on your pillow. You may be able to come deeper so your chest is all the way to your prop or to the floor. And let yourself fold forward with these wide legs. And feel the stretch here on the backs of the hamstrings. And feel your hips opening even more. And I can be pretty tight in my hamstrings, so I like to imagine my sitting bones rooting down and drawing back, and then my waist growing a little bit longer. We use an inhale to lift back up through center. And then I'm going to keep my pillow, but tuck it out to the side for a second. Take your left leg straight out in front of you, and then draw your right knee in and let it drop out to the side. Yeah, let the right hip open up. Then place your pillow over your extended leg. We'll fold forward right on over it into Janu Shirsasana. And feel free to grab the foot, or if you're preferring a total yin version of this pose, then just release the foot, let your arms hang down heavy. And just let gravity take hold of your torso. And stretching out through the sides and through your hamstring. Inhale, gaze forward towards your left foot. Exhale, rise up. Straighten out your right leg, so take the knee in and then straighten it out. And reverse it on the left side, so draw your left knee in, then let it fall out to the side. That just helps to protect the knee joint. If you have your pillow, lay it on across your right leg. Flex your right toes and fold forward over that straight leg. And let your belly be heavy on your thigh. Imagine the inhale lengthening your spine. Exhale, weighting down your torso and stretching out your leg. your next breath in take you up. Exhale to come all the way back to a seat. Left knee comes in and then straighten out the legs. So now both legs are straight. Yeah. Take your pillow out of the way if you have it. And then crawl your heels close enough that you can grab hold of the feet. So wrap your hands around the tops of your toes. And you might stay here if you're already feeling a hamstring stretch. Or you can start to walk your sitting bones back and heels forward until you feel a stretch in the backs of your legs. And they might be all the way out straight. But see if you can keep some contact between your belly and your thighs. So I find that I usually have to have a bend in my knees unless I'm feeling really open that day. Use an inhale breath to rise as you release the feet. On your exhale, come all the way down onto your back. Draw one knee at a time up and in toward your chest. Yeah, give them a hug in. And extend the legs up towards the sky. Press your palms down by your sides. And here you could keep the feet relaxing in stillness, or you might like to swirl the ankles, wiggle the toes around. I have some cracking toes and ankles. I don't know if you can hear it. We'll find happy baby pose. Let the knees bend. Reach in between the legs and grab for the ankles or the outer edges of your feet. Yeah, knees come wide in towards your armpits, and then you take a little rock back and forth, side to side. Massage out your back and your spine. And take the knees in together one last time. Give them a nice big hug. Round your forehead up toward your knees. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, straighten out the legs. Let the palms fall face up by your sides. And settle in to relax into your final resting pose in your Savasana. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this style of practice, and this is just a sample taste of yin yoga. If you liked it, I encourage you to explore more videos. There are tons out there on YouTube. But thank you for practicing with me. I hope you're well wherever you are. Namaste.